Hello there and welcome to my channel. My name is Mr. 5 and today we are going to talk about death. I know, not really the happiest of subjects. But let me explain, and at the end of this video you will be questioning whether death is real or not and if there is any afterlife after we die. But before getting specific, remember to click the subscribe button and add notification. Done? Great! Scientists are currently at work, trying to discover what death really is. Today, I prepared for you 5 weird theories about death that scientists have formulated. Let me know if you know any of them and let's get started. Number 1. Quantum immortality. The first weird theory about death is called quantum immortality, which proposes that the consciousness of an individual will never truly die, but will instead shift to a parallel universe in which they continue to exist. Quantum immortality has been theorized for the first time by Hugh Everett in 1956. According to this theory, every time an individual is faced with a life or death situation, their consciousness will split into multiple parallel universes, and will continue to live in a parallel universe, where another version of you is still alive. Proponents of quantum immortality argue that this theory would provide a way for individuals to be immortal, at least in some form, since their consciousness would continue to exist in one or more parallel universes. It is a way to escape death, at least in a quantum and metaphysical level. However, this theory raises many questions about the nature of consciousness and reality. Number 2. Quantum resurrection. Another weird theory about death is the quantum resurrection theory, which proposes that an individual's consciousness will eventually resurrect in the future through a process of quantum entanglement. According to physicist Catherine Fries, the process could take form of Boltzmann brains. This theory suggests that after an individual dies, their consciousness will become entangled with the quantum states of particles in the surrounding environment, allowing their consciousness to persist in a quantum state. Over time, as the particles in the environment interact with other particles and systems, the individual's consciousness will gradually become entangled with new particles, eventually leading to a complete resurrection of their consciousness in the future. This theory would suggest that the particles that form our consciousness are already connected with the particles of the universe. To this day, however, the concept behind this theory is still very sketchy and mysterious. Number 3. The simulation hypothesis. The third weird theory about death is the simulation hypothesis, which proposes that our entire reality, including death, is a computer simulation created by a more advanced civilization. According to this theory, the universe we inhabit is not real but rather a simulation created by a highly advanced civilization, similar to a video game. The simulation hypothesis suggests that everything we experience, including birth, life, and death, is simply a product of the simulation, and has no true physical reality. Proponents of the simulation hypothesis argue that this would explain many of the mysteries of the universe, such as the apparent fine-tuning of physical constants and the presence of unexplained phenomena like dark matter and energy. They also suggest that death would simply be a part of the simulation and not a real event. This theory has been discussed by scientists, but it can't be proven. Number 4. Biocentrism. Next weird theory about death is called the Biocentrism theory, which proposes that death is an illusion created by our own consciousness. According to this theory, death is not real but rather a subjective experience created by our own minds. Proponents of the Biocentrism theory think that our consciousness is responsible for creating our sense of reality, and that our perception of the world around us is shaped by our own thoughts and beliefs. In the context of death, the biocentrism theory suggests that our consciousness continues to exist even after our physical body has died, and that our perception of death as a final, irreversible event is simply an illusion created by our own minds. While this theory is certainly intriguing, it is not widely accepted by the scientific community. Number 5. Eternal return. The last weird theory about death is the idea of eternal return, which proposes that time is cyclical and that everything that has happened in the past will happen again in an infinite loop. According to this theory, when we die, our consciousness is not extinguished, but rather re-emerges in another time and place in a never-ending cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. This theory is similar to the concept of reincarnation, but differs in that it suggests that the same events and people will be repeated endlessly throughout time. Eternal return is supported by the theory of Big Bounce, which suggests that the universe dies and rise in a cyclic loop. What do you think will happen when we die? Do you believe in any of these theories? Let me know in the comments and I'll see you in the next video.